Good morning, all of you. In today's session, we are going to start with CSIR NET GRF Chemical Science, June 2016, Part C, Series 3. In the earlier session only, we have started this June 2016, Part B entire session got completed, and the Part C made into different series. Each series consists of 10 questions. Okay, so in our channel, the world of competitive chemistry, all the previous question papers, including 18, 19, 20, so 17 part to be also available. So this kind of previous year question paper discussion will help for your competitive exams and the entrance examinations. Let us discuss part C. Series 3 questions of June 2016 question paper. We are going to cover question number 91 to 100 of CSIR NET GRF Chemical Science. Let us discuss about question number 91. It is a part of inorganic chemistry. So here metal carbonyl compounds were given. For fluxional iron pentacarbonyl structure given below in solution, the exchange of numbered carbonyl groups will be between. Okay, here already it is labeled. So 1, 2 axial carbonyl groups are labeled as a 2 and 3. So 4, 5. So this is about the representation. The structure is known as trigonal bipyramidal. 3 equatorial carbonyl groups are there, 2 axial carbonyl groups are there. So when they subjected to fluxional nature, fluxional is nothing but interchange. Flexibility of the functional groups and interconversion, interchanging their position around the central metal is called fluxional nature, right? So when we go with fluxionality of this one, so what happens? The adjacent, that means interchange of equatorial with axial is possible. Second carbonyl can be interchanged with fifth carbonyl, so that here is the representation, and these two will be modified in this manner. Right, fluxional interchange is possible only when symmetric molecules are present in the equatorial and axial positions. Here we have symmetric groups, so all belongs to carbonyl. That's the reason why it is possible to interchange. For that purpose, we have 2 and 5 having interchange. So these two groups will be interchanged. Second carbonyl with carbonyl, and even third carbonyl with fourth carbonyl. Third with fourth carbonyl interchange is possible. Okay, here numbering somewhat changed. Let us modify into the required one. Here 2 with 5, right? So 2 with 5, here it is indicated as 5, and here 3 with 4. So here initially third is there. After interchanging, it will be turned into fourth one. Here third. So simply what we can do, equatorial carbonyl groups can be exchanged with the axial one, so that we will get the final product. So that is represented in this structure. So for question number 91, option number 1 is the correct answer. Let us move on to question number 92. Again, it is the part of inorganic chemistry. We are taking diethylamine. So it is the secondary amine. Now it is treated with carbon disulfide. Simply it resembles a carbon dioxide only, linear molecule. Instead of oxygen we have sulfur, so carbon disulfide was taken, and this reaction carried in the presence of potassium hydroxide. Alkaline conditions were maintained, so compound P will be formed. Simply it is the nucleophilic addition to carbonyl center, we will get the compound P. Then after getting this, aqueous solution of iodine will be added. So iodine when added, we will get one kind of product, that will be R. So iodine behaves like a oxidizing agent. Then what it will do, we will see. Then this R will be treated with another complex. The complex is CpMO, CO taken thrice, whole taken twice. Cyclopentadienyl anion, molybdenum, what CO taken thrice, whole taken twice. This complex was added. So when this compound is added to complex, final compound will be compound number 5. Here, within the options, some of the names are provided: DTC, TDS, and also again DTC. So they mentioned what is DTC, what is TDS. DTC stands for dithiocarbamate. TDS stands for thiouramide sulfide. Okay, dithiocarbamate is called DTC, and TDS is nothing but diuramidosulfide. Okay, and CP is nothing but cyclopentadienyl anion, and it is contributing 5 electrons, hence it is represented as neta 5. So from this data, we have to identify what is P, what is R, what is S. For that purpose, we have sequential chemical reactions. Let us see what are the sequence of reactions. Here, diethylamine was treated with carbon disulfide. So here nitrogen is always associated with one lone pair of electron. Those electrons will be attached to this carbonylic carbon. That means carbon sp carbon atom which is present here. So that there is a formation of nitrogen carbon bond, and one of the sulfur is attaining S minus. So here salt kind of form will be generated, that is indicated as, simply we can write the structure in this manner: ET2 DTC. What is DTC? DTC is nothing but dithiocarbamate. Here around the carbon double bond is S minus is there, that is denoted as a DTC, dithiocarbamate, and which is in the salt form with potassium. So potassium salt of diethyl dithiocarbamate. This is the compound number P. Simple addition, nucleophilic addition of nitrogen at a carbon atom is possible. Now it is added with iodine. What iodine will do? Here S minus is there. One more same type of molecule one more same type of molecule was taken, so that here dimerization carried. Here we got dimer form. This dimer is called thiuramido disulfide. The formed one is called thiuramido disulfide, TDS, right? So here sulfur-sulfur linkage is generated within the molecule. Now this dimer further treated with CpMO, CO taken thrice, whole taken twice. Okay, so this is the molybdenum complex. Upon treating with this dimer, molybdenum complex, what it will do? CpMO. So here CpMO remains as such. ET2 DTC. So ET2 DTC group is there, right? So ET2 DTC, this entire part. So one of the monomeric unit present in this will replace one of the carbonyl group present in this. Now we turned into CO taken twice, right? CO taken twice. This dimer, actually this molybdenum complex initially in dimer state. Now two molybdenum complexes will be separated, and each complex is added with one of the unit of this dimer Q, right? So one of the unit added to one of the part of molybdenum, and second part added to second part of another molybdenum complex. So here we will get 2 moles of CpMO, ET2 DTC, CO taken twice. This will be the final product S. So ET2 DTC minus K plus, ET2 DTC minus K plus is the P product. ET4 TDS, this is a dimer Q product. CpMO, ET2 DTC, CO taken twice. CpMO, ET2 DTC, CO taken twice. This will be the compound number S. All are satisfied in the option number 1. So for question number 92, option number 1 is the correct answer. Let us move on to question number 93. Reaction of chromium hexacarbonyl with lithium, phenyl lithium. Here it is phenyl lithium gives A, which reacts with trimethoxy boron tetrafluoride to give B. The structure of A and B respectively. Here we are taking chromium hexacarbonyl complex. It is the octahedral complex. This octahedral complex first treated with the phenyl lithium, so that we will get compound number A. Further on reaction with this boron compound, we will get B. So what are A and B we have to predict. For that purpose, we have the reaction mechanism here. So it is represented in this manner. So here chromium is associated with 6 carbonyl groups. Around that, each carbonyl group is present in the regular octahedral sphere, right? Now it is treated with phenyl lithium. Upon treating with phenyl lithium, what it will do? So phenyl lithium will generate carbene. So alkyl carbene ion will be generated. That alkyl carbene ion will be attached to the carbonylic carbon center. So that here phenyl substituted carbonyl group is generated and oxygen is carrying negative, that is counterbalanced by lithium positive, right? So this is the complex we got. This is said to be a compound number A, where phenyl group attached to carbon, O minus will be compensated, neutralized by lithium positive, right? Now it will be added with trimethoxyboron tetrafluoride. Trimethoxyboron tetrafluoride, when added, what happens? Simply it used to release one methyl, and here O minus turned into methoxy. Here we got methoxy functional group. So phenyl group substituted in compound number A, methoxy group obtained in compound number B. So by this, here we got double bond CO minus C6H5 Li. This is compound number A, and where it is treated with boron tetrafluoride. So methoxy group is generated. In option number 1, all are satisfied for question number 93. So for question number 93, option number 1 is the correct answer. Let us move on to question number 94. Heating a sample of Neta5C5H5 molybdenum CO taken thrice, whole taken twice, results in the formation of Neta5C5H5 molybdenum CO2 taken twice. So it is very clear that both the complexes are dimers only, right? So in this Neta5C5H5 is there, here also Neta5C5, heptacity is not changed. What we did here, carbonyl group is removed. One of the carbonyl group is removed. So when one carbonyl group is removed from compound number 1 to compound number 2, so it used to give. So each molybdenum is losing one carbonyl, so that in the dimer form, how many 2 equivalents of carbonyl groups will be removed? Elimination of 2 equivalents of carbonyl. The molybdenum bond order in this reaction changes from, right? So here bond order of compound number 1, bond order of compound number 2, both should be predicted, right? So it is the dimer form. From compound 1 to 2, each molybdenum part is removing one carbonyl. So entire compound is removing 2 carbonyl units. So that what is the change in molybdenum bond order? Bond order nothing but how many bonds present between 2 metal atoms is nothing but bond order. So let us see. This is the starting material what we are taking. Molybdenum, Neta5CP, and CO taken thrice, whole taken twice is there. It is the dimer form. In this way, we can represent the starting material. Upon heating, what happens? 2 equivalents of carbonyl. From one molybdenum, we are removing carbonyl. Second molybdenum also, one of the carbonyl group is removed, so that it turned into a dicarbonyl compound on each. So initially we have molybdenum single bond. So after removing 2 carbonyl groups, it turned into a triple bonded compound. In order to satisfy its valency, it converted into triple bonded compound, right? So it is simply represented in the formula form also. Neta5C5H5 molybdenum CO taken thrice, whole twice. Upon heating, -2 carbonyl groups got removed, so that Neta5C5H5 molybdenum CO2 whole taken twice. This is the form which is given in the problem. So we represented in the form of structural form. So let us see how can we predict the number of metal bonds. So let us take starting material, that is Neta5C5H5 molybdenum CO taken thrice, whole twice. In this, how many molybdenum bonds are there? In order to predict that, we have the formula 18 into number of metal atoms present minus total valency electrons by 2. This is the formula for the prediction of number of metal bonds present. 18 into number of metal atoms minus total valency electrons by 2. 18 into how many metal atoms are there? Whole twice. That means 2 molybdenum atoms are there. 18 into 2 minus total valency electrons. Total valency electrons will be predicted in such a manner. Each ligand is contributing electrons and the central metal valency electrons. All can be taken in the consideration. For this complex, total valency electron count will be 34, right? So total valency electrons by 2 can be taken. So when we take all these, what it will happen? 36 minus 34 by 2, nothing but 2 by 2, which is 1. So here, In compound number 1, how many metal bonds are there? Molybdenum binded by only single bond. That means 1 is the bond order. So in this manner, we can calculate 18 into number of metal atoms minus total valency electrons by 2. 18 into metal atoms are 2 minus valency electrons are 34 by 2. So here it will be 1. Let us predict for second compound neta 5 C5H5 molybdenum CO taken twice, hold twice. 18 into metal atoms minus valency electrons by 2 can be taken. So again here metal atoms are 2, but total valency electron count we discarded 2 carbonyl groups from the compound. So each carbonyl contribute 2 electrons. 2 carbonyls removed, so that difference will be 34 now reduced to 30. Right, 34 reduced to 30 by 2, right? So 36 minus 30, 6 by 2, it will be 3. So bond order in between molybdenum is triple bond. So here initially bond order is 1. After carbonyl removal, it turned into a bond order 3. For compound, for question number 94, option number 3 is the correct answer. Let us move on to question number 95. The plausible intermediate involved in the self-metathesis reaction of C6H5, C triple bond C, single bond C6H4 paramethyl catalyzed by tertiary tri-tertiary butoxy tungsten triple bond C tertiary butyl is. What we have to do? Plausible intermediate involved in the self-metathesis. It involved in self-metathesis reaction. For that purpose, the catalyst used is tungsten. So here triple bond is there, here also triple bond is there. Both the triple bonds participate in 2+2 cycloaddition. Here, this pi bond is shifted towards this side, this pi bond is shifted towards this side. So that we will get W. Here it will become double bond, and this carbon having butyl, and the tungsten having tributoxy, and we got new carbon tungsten bonds. So single bonds are there, and here it turned into a carbon double bond, and here we have C6H4 paramethyl, and here phenyl is there, here phenyl is there. This is the intermediate. Simply it is the 2+2 cycloaddition. The process is called 2+2 cycloaddition, and the intermediate will be this compound number 2. So for question number 95, option number 2 is the correct answer. Simple 2+2 cycloaddition is possible. Question number 96, it is the part of organic chemistry. The major product formed in the following reaction. We are taking ardhoiodoanilin. Ardhoiodoanilin is treated with a triple bonded compound having trimethylsilane and CH2OH groups in their terminal centers. And it is treated with palladium diacetate, triphenylphosphine, in tetrabutyl ammonium chloride, TBAB. It is called phase transfer catalyst, sodium carbonate. All these reagents collectively called as Hake coupling reagent. So this is the named reaction. What is the final product we have to predict? Right? So in all the options, indole is given. So obviously there is a formation of indole compound, but what will be the side groups we have to predict? For that purpose, we have the detailed mechanism here. We are taking ardhoiodoanilin upon treating with this triple bonded compound. How it will be reacted? The reaction takes place, nitrogen having lone pair of electrons will be attached to the center, to this carbon, and these pi bonded electrons will be shifted towards this side, and here we will get carbene. Nitrogen, here carbon, new bond will be generated. So here nitrogen will acquire positive charge, carbon will acquire negative charge. Further, this proton will be discarded and it will be added to this carbene. Now we turned into this hydrogen will be discarded because we shifted to one second, please. Here the shifting takes place. Shifting takes place from Nitrogen to shifting takes place from nitrogen to carbon atom. Proton will be shifted. Then after shifting that one, here we have to indicate a positive charge, quaternary nitronium. Hence, if 4 bonds present around the nitrogen, that should be indicated with positive sign. Here is the representation. It is clearly mentioned now, right? So here we got a positive charge in the nitrogen and the carbene will be generated. Now what happens? One of the hydrogen shifted to carbene ion so that it turned into right. So here NH double bond CH groups are generated by shifting one of the H plus from nitrogen to carbon atom, right? So now it participate in what kind of reaction? It is a named reaction called Hay coupling reaction. Here we have iodo functional group. Palladium when added, what happens? Initially palladium will inserted in between this phenyl ring and iodine. Palladium insertion is possible. Later that will participate in the cyclization reaction, and upon cyclization we will get here 5-membered ring system in the presence of triphenyl phosphine, and also tetrabutyl ammonium bromide called TBAB, which is the phase transfer catalyst. Why this phase transfer catalyst is required? This entire moiety is purely organic, and what catalyst we are adding? Palladium catalyst. So palladium catalyst is purely inorganic. So organic, inorganic, there is no intimacy, there is no interference, there is no reaction. In order to increase the interaction between organic and inorganic, both two different extremes, we have to add one kind of reagent which used to increase the extent of phase transition. That means here, even it is inorganic, even it is organic, both will be interacted in such a manner in the presence of this transfer catalyst. That's why TBAB will be added. So in the presence of this TBAB, palladium catalyst will be inserted and a cyclization reaction got carried, so that we will get 5-membered ring with nitrogen. This is pyrrole condensed with benzene is known as indole moiety. And here second position we have trimethylsilane, and third position we have CH2OH. These will not be influenced, only we got cyclized product in between these two centers. So final product will retain SiMe3 at second position, CH2OH at third position, and indole will be the skeletal structure. So all satisfied in the option number 4. For question number 96, option number 4 is the correct answer. Let us move on to question number 97. Again, it is a part of organic chemistry. The major product formed in the following reaction sequence is, we are taking a bicyclic system with a 6-membered and 5-membered ring having double bond O. COO, Me, and methyl groups are there on this organic compound. Now it is treated with ethylene glycol. OH, CH2, CH2OH is called ethylene glycol. Ethylene glycol is the efficient protecting agent for carbonylic functional group. So this oxygen H will be replaced, so that here we will get one cyclic product. And the tosyl hydroxide will be added. The tosyl hydroxide will attach to that center. And one more reagent which is called CP2Ti, CH2Al, CH3CH3Cl. This kind of compound, it is again one of the named reaction called Tobbe synthesis, and subsequent hydrolysis will be carried. What will be the final product we have to predict, right? So here we are taking a starting material of 6-membered and 5-membered ring system with the carbonyl group and ester functional group within the compound. So that will be treated with ethylene glycol in the presence of tosyl alcohol. Tosyl alcohol working like a solvent here, and this ethylene glycol will use to protect this carbonylic functional group. So carbonyl group will be protected in this manner. Later, Tobbe's reagent will be added. When Tobbe's reagent is added, what happens? COOCH3 will be added with this carbene functional group. Carbene will be here, one of the carbene. So that carbene will be attached to carbonylic ester. Here carbonylic ester is there. We are adding this carbene from this Tobes reagent. So here methoxy group will be discarded and this attached to this carbonylic center. Now we turned into COCH2 minus. COCH2 minus, further what we are doing, we are going to do protonation. It will be protonated. So upon protonation, it turned into acetyl group. Initially ester is there. Tobes reagent converted ester into acetyl functional group. Later it's subjected to hydrolysis. Acid catalyzed hydrolysis, what it will do? Deprotection of carbonylic functional group. Again, we are going to add HOH. So OH and the same carbon, it immediately removes water and further converted into carbonylic group. So here carbonylic group retained again. So deprotection. So in this manner, we are going to transform the starting material into the product where we have to get C double bond O at the center. C double bond O is given only in the option number 3. And here acetyl group will be generated. So stereochemistry will be already methyl group in the start towards viewer and ester group away from the viewer. Tobes reagent when added. So stereochemistry retention is possible. We are not changing any orientation of the functional groups. Whatever starting material orientation is there, same we are going to do. Just protection of carbonyl group, addition of Tobes reagent at ester, and followed by deprotection of carbonyl group. 3 steps involved in this. Okay. So here for question number 97, option number 3 is the correct answer. Let us move on to question number 98. The major product formed in the following reaction. We are taking a 5-membered ring system with nitrogen, C double bond O. So this is the lactone system, also having this amide system. So at the center we have amide, at the center we have ester, both present within the compound. NaH MDS will be added for the base, which is to generate the carbene at the center. Here we have active methylene carbon. So that will lose H place and here carbene will be generated. Now, another epoxide compound is added so that we will get the final product. Let us see what will be the final product. First starting material was taken and treated with strong base NaHMDS. When it is added under basic conditions, this is the base itself. So it used to generate carbene. So carbene can be stabilized by enolate. So it is the resonance stabilized intermediate. Now this carbene ion will be attached to the epoxide. So we have another reagent in the molecule in the reaction, that is one epoxide compound is given. Epoxide is highly reactive, so ring opening is more feasible for this one, so that carbene will be attached to this epoxide. Now it will be bounded. Carbon-carbon bond formation is possible in between. And here we got O minus. O minus will be originated. So this O minus again participate in the epoxide formation, and the tosyl, being tosyl is a better leaving group, can discarded simultaneously. So that here we got again epoxide ring. What we did, just we added this entire group at this active methylene center. So remaining structure will not be altered. So 5-membered ring structure will not be altered, and side chain isopropyl also not altered. Only at this position we generate carbene and we attach this epoxide ring. So here that compound is attached in option number 1. So if we see option number 1, we have no change in the cyclic ring system. We are not going to touch this cyclic ring, and even isopropyl moiety remains as such. Only the change is at this alpha carbon atom, at this active methylene center, just we are substituting this epoxide ring. Epoxide ring will be substituted. For question number 98, option number 1 is the correct answer. Let us move on to question number 99. The major product A and B in the following reaction sequence. Here, major product, what is the major product we have to predict? For that purpose, N-bromosuccinamide is succinamide is given. NBS is a suitable brominating agent for allylic bromination, and even it used to generate a cyclic bromonium ion also. Under controlled conditions, cyclic bromonium ion is also generated. Here it used to form a cyclic bromonium. So here cyclic bromonium will be generated, that will be treated with this Gilman's reagent. Gilman's reagent is nothing but dialkyl lithium dialkyl cuprate is called a Gilman's reagent. Lithium dialkyl cuprate. What is the compound here? Lithium dimethyl cuprate. When this Gilman's reagent is added, it used to release this methyl group CH3 minus will be liberated from this, and we will get the final product. Let us see what is the sequence of these reactions. So first we are taking here double bond should be there. The double bonded compound, double bond in this. Right here, double bonded compound was taken and treated with N-bromosuccinamide. Upon treating with N-bromosuccinamide, what it will do? It will release bromine. It will release the bromine, and that used to form a cyclic ring system, and it should contain positive charge. Cyclic bromonium ion will be originated. The formed structure will be cyclic bromonium ion. So that cyclic bromonium ion always preferentially bonded to any reagent with the opposite stereochemistry, because so here you can clearly observe this bromonium ion present in the backside of the ring. So it is inclined in the backside of rings. That's the reason why whenever sodium hydroxide is added, only the provision it should come from the front side, because so both the groups will experience the repulsive forces. That's the reason why always this negatively charged species will come from the front side. So bromine will go back and the OH will come front side. So anti-product formation, trans product formation is possible. If mechanism proceeded with cyclic bromonium, always the trans product is the major one, right? So here we will get OH at the center. Now we can perform removal of hydrobromic acid. HBr will be removed. When HBr is removed, what will be the product? There is a formation of epoxide. When we are removing this HBr, there is a formation of epoxide is possible, right? Three-membered ring structure is originated. This epoxide further treated with Gilman's reagent, that is the lithium dialkyl cuprate. Lithium dimethyl cuprate. What will be the ionization? Me minus Cu plus 2 will be there, right? So here Me minus will attached. So what is the orientation? Already epoxide is present towards the VR. Wedge bonds are there. That's why there is no provision to attach this Gilman's reagent from the front side. Only the provision it should come from the back side. That's the reason why methyl group should selectively attach to this ring system from the back side. So methyl group coming from the back side, and subsequently this epoxide ring opening and electrons will be shifted towards oxygen. O minus, further it will be protonated. Now it turned into OH and here CH3. The cyclic epoxide further turned into a trans product. Trans product is obtained, that is compound number B. So let us see where we got this kind of stereochemistry. So compound number A, epoxide towards the VR provided in the option number 1 and 3 in both, and OH front side, methyl back side is the correct one. OH methyl both the front side is the not a correct stereochemistry. So option number 1 for question number 99, option number 1 is the correct answer, where trans stereochemistry always cyclic intermediate will leads to the formation of final product in the trans inclination. Okay, so here OH will be front side, methyl will be back side. For question number 99, option number 1 is the correct answer. Let us move on to last question of this series. Again, it is the part of organic chemistry. The major product formed in the following reaction sequence. We are provided with cyclohexanone, and three-membered ring is there, and here methyl group is there, which inclined away from the VR out backside. And here another compound, alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound is given, treated with potassium hydroxide, ethanol solvent, and what acidic conditions are provided, hydrochloric acid, right? So upon this reaction, what will be the final product we have to predict. So for that purpose, we are taking starting material which can be taken best represented in the chair form. Cyclohexanone best represented in the chair form, and the suitable orientation will be equatorial position of this carbonylic center. When we treat with potassium hydroxide under ethanol solvent, it used to generate this carbene ion at the center. Carbene best stabilized by enolate formation in this manner. It will be turned into an enolate form. Now, this enolate further treated with alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound, which is given in the problem. So within the problem, we got one of the second compound is alpha beta unsaturated compound. So that will be added here. So what will be the addition? So what are the suitable position? This negative charge will be back polarized, and here pi bond will be shifted. We will get carbene C minus. The C minus will be attached to the carbocation, and this pi bond is polarized towards this side, and here shifting of bond, and we will get O minus here. So C double bond O minus, enolate. Again we got enolate form. So this enolate form can participate in the resonance, and a terminal double bonded system will be generated, and this will involved in ring cyclization. So ring cyclization reaction is possible. So when it's cyclized again, we will get one more 6-membered ring form. So here already existing 6-membered ring is there. The second compound also, the second terminal center also participated in cyclization, so that we got bicyclic ring system. This bicyclic ring system is further protonated. So when protonated, O minus is converted into OH. After getting OH, we are subjecting it to heating. On heating, OH and adjacent hydrogen. So this carbon also having hydrogen, this water will be discarded. When dehydration possible, here we will get carbon-carbon double bonded system. Carbon-carbon double bonded system will be generated. Now what we will do? Let us shift this bond towards this side, and this bond is migrated, this bond is shifted towards this side, so that we will get ring of rearrangement type of reaction. And here whenever ring opening is possible, here we will get C minus charge, carbon minus charge will be there. That minus charge will be attached with Cl minus. Here we will get Cl minus. This will be chloride, not iodide. Here we are adding HCl, right? So within the problem they mentioned HCl. Where is that? Here. So here HCl is given, so that here chloro group will be added at this position. When chloro group is added, that used to open the ring. So when ring opening reaction is possible, right? Here we got chlorofunctional group. Right. Here chlorofunctional group is obtained at this position, right? So whenever chlorofunctional group is there, what it will do? It used to remove this entire group, and it turned into a this bond is migrated towards this side, this pi bond is migrated, so that this enolic form turned into a ketonic form. There is a formation of ketoenol tautomerism is possible. We got ketonic form within the molecule. So just we are going to rotate the molecule. Entire molecule will be rotated 180 degrees. When 180 degrees rotation is possible, just flipping of entire molecule 180 degrees is possible. This carbonyl will come at this end and this chloro will come at this end. So this will be the rotated product. So it can be simply represented in this cyclic form also. So this chair form can be transformed into cyclic structure in this manner. Here alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl group is there, and here we got a chlorofunctional group, and within the structure we have methyl functional group at this position, opposite with respect to this carbonyl and the Cl group, so that here methyl group will be generated. So this will be the final product which is obtained in which option is having this kind. So methyl group is towards the rear and this chloro group is present at the center, and here double bond O group is there. That is provided in option number 1. For question number 100, option number 1 is the correct answer. By this, 10 questions of this series have been completed. So simply what we will do first, this alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound when added, this compound when added, just let us recall the mechanism in simple manner. So when this added, here carbene will be generated. The generated carbene will be treated with alpha beta unsaturated, so that alkylation takes place at this alpha position with respect to carbonyl. After the addition, we are going to shift the molecule. How the shift double bond will be resonate towards this site. So this further involved in cyclization, so that we will get 2 cyclic 6-membered ring system. Further, we subjected to protonation followed by heated. Upon heating, this dehydration is possible. Here we will get double bond. And so upon heating, this 3-membered ring is also opened. 3-membered ring is always highly sterically strained, right? That's the reason why. So having more tendency to open in the presence of nucleophile chloride. So chloride will be added at the center. We will get this kind of molecule. After that, it participate in the enolic form. So already it is in enolic form, can be converted into ketonic form, and ketonic, whatever compound generated can be rotated 180. So if entire molecule is rotated 180 degrees, we will get functional groups in the reverse manner. So in the reciprocal manner, all the functional groups will be inclined. So more stable conformation will be a equatorial position. Whenever bulky groups are present in the equatorial, then only it will be more stable. It can be transformed into the cyclic form in this way. Bicyclic system will be generated, and that is provided in option number 1. So for question number 100, option number 1 is the correct answer. By this entire series, series 3 was completed. I think it will be helpful for you. Thank you very much for your patience listening. Thank you one and all.